Hey, everybody. What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking? What's going on your Monday night? We're going to get this thing shared around as fast as we possibly can. And then we're going to get to the sports spectacular. It's going to be spectacular. Let's get this shared around fast. I'll do this as quick as I can. And hope you had a good sports weekend. Hope all your teams won. Unless, of course, they were playing my team. Yeah. Okay. We don't want that to happen. We don't ever want that to happen. Let's get this where it needs to go. And hopefully we'll get some folks in here. And we'll have us a Sports Monday. We've got a Monday Night Football game going on. And the Raiders are all over the Saints. It looks like they might just get a win in their first game in their beautiful new stadium. That's what I like to call it. That's what Jerry Jones calls it. It's a stadium. We got that beautiful new stadium. Stephanie Lindley is here from beautiful Nashville. Thank you for being here, Stephanie. Let's get this shared around to a couple more groups. And then we'll go live into the big show. Let's see right there. That's what we want. And, did we have a weekend in sports? I mean, I'll get to it in a second, but man, let me tell you something. I'm a soccer expert. My soccer picks, I maybe got half of them right. And my NFL picks, I was all over the NFL this weekend. I only missed on a couple. I'm going to miss on this one tonight unless the Saints perform a miracle. Hey, but Dallas did it, so I'm lucky they did because that was one of my picks. Much as I like it when the Cowboys lose, I get to listen to the post-game show and hear all their fans just melt down like incredibly. But they, if those of you saw it, they had the greatest onside kick in football history, I guess. Let's just do this. Let's not go crazy with it tonight and see what happens. Get my tweet in here. And then we'll be on the way. It'll be great. Everybody will love it. Come on. Let's get that tweet in here. Let's do live streaming. Whoa. Hold on. Hold the phone. All right. Hashtag live streaming. This happens when you rush, people. Sports, NFL, so let's see, MLB, NHL, MMA. Anything else we got? Oh, let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it. Let's not go crazy on a Monday night. Let's not tax poor little Tom's brain more than it's going to be taxed for the next hour. Shall we? Oh, boy. Let's see here. It's Sports Spectacular, YouTube live streaming. Well, that was supposed to share our live stream. It didn't do it. Oh, screw it. All right. I thought that was going to do what I wanted it to do. It didn't do. Morty Vickers here. The Raiders putting a hurting on the Saints. They sure are our greatest mishap on a receiving team. I mean, yeah, that 87 for the Falcons is just stand there watching. I'm like, what do you jump on it? What are you, stupid? Anyway. All right, let's get this hip-hop party started right, and let's get some sports a-cooking. Let's do the sports spectacular. Oh, man. If I don't choke to death before the start. All right, let's go.
I don't care who owned the Chiefs. I hate it here. Make me sick. My allergy. Puke every time. Blah, like that. Puke.
Well, you're a goalie. You're supposed to be like that.
Somebody owned the Chiefs. We go to Florida and I get the money.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Let me answer that. You know, that is an absolute crock of You know, you people in the news media, all of you dwell on some negative piece of like that. And I don't know how Steve feels about it, but it just and you don't have to bleep one single word of this.
It doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell.
Hi, I'm Jim Harbaugh of the Indianapolis Colts, and I recommend that you wear a helmet while listening to the show.
Oh yeah, it's Monday night. We have a whole weekend to recap for you. We're going to go over my amazingly accurate NFL picks, my atrociously bad Major League Soccer picks, and we're going to update you with the Stanley Cup. We're going to go over Major League Baseball. The Padres are in. Is anybody else? Well, we'll find out and we'll tell you, and then some folks are going to maybe help us out recapping a great night for the UFC Saturday night. So we're going to do it all. 817-522 is the number to call to get in on the Sports Spectacular and let your thoughts be known, especially if they disagree with mine, which happens a lot. Really does. Hope all your sports were great this weekend. Hope you ate your dinner slower than I did. Couple of burgers, some garlic bread. I was like a jackal, an absolute jackal, and just absolutely primed and ready to do the Sports Spectacular. Let's get to it tonight. As Morty Vicker has mentioned, it is currently Raiders 31, Saints 17. Saints don't look too hot tonight. We really don't. Drew Brees looks very un-Drew Brees-like. Is that even a word? Anyway. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we're talking. Now we're cooking. Let's see here. Let's go to these picks. We'll recap the NFL real fast. Bengals over the Browns last Thursday. Bears over the Giants 17-13. I picked that one correctly. Cowboys miraculously come back against the Falcons there in the Death Star in Arlington, Texas, 40-39. I picked that one. Packers doubled up on the Lions 42-21. I picked that one. Titans beat the Jaguars. I don't think I picked that one. 33-30 Titans. Colts over the Vikings. I did not pick that one. 28-11. Bills over the Dolphins. I got that one. 49ers over the Jets. I got that one. Rams over the Eagles. 37-19. I got that one. Steelers over the Broncos. 26-21. I got that one. Buccaneers over the Panthers. 31-17. I got that one. Cardinals beating Washington. I did not get that one. 30-15. Chiefs over the Chargers. 23-20. I got that one. Ravens over the Texans. I got that one. 33-16. And Seahawks over the Patriots. I also got that one. So I did, I did well in the NFL. Let's see. Morty Vickers says I'll eat later after I get my buzz going. Let's see, your hometown, Tom? Shame. Colts looked good. I know it. I'll tell you, the thing about that one is I think the Vikings have one of the best coaches, certainly one of the best defensive coaches in the NFL, and they played so bad the week before. I thought there's no way they're going to come and roll out on the Colts, especially with Mac being hobbled a little bit, and I was wrong. Hey, it happens. I'm not perfect, but I think I got all but 4 of them, which ain't bad. It's okay, it's okay. Plus or minus 4, it's okay. It's okay. So that's what happened in the NFL, and as we mentioned, Saints, they got the ball right now. Looks like they might score. They're about at the 15. Breeze to a receiver. He's down at the 3. That's going to be first and goal from the 3. So with 5 minutes left, the Saints making a little bit of a game out of it if they score this touchdown. They got a turnover a little while ago, and I thought, oh, here they go. They're gonna go in and now it's touchdown Saints. So if they make the extra point, it'll be 31-24. There'll be a score out. We'll see what happens. They are still the Raiders, folks. Let's not crown them yet. All right, let's not crown them yet. Why don't we do Major League Baseball next? We'll go through the scores tonight. The defense showed up, though, not like last week. Yep, that's true. That's true. Let's get the full scoreboard going, and then we'll update you on the playoff race. And then we'll update you on the Stanley Cup, which is starting to get interesting. End of the 7th, it is Mariners 4, Astros 0. Top of the 5th, Rockies over the Giants 4-0 in San Francisco. Angels 8, Rangers 5, a final from earlier. Nationals 5, Phillies 1. These are all finals. Indians 7, White Sox 4, Blue Jays 5, Blue Jays 11, Yankees 5, Reds 6, Brewers 3, Cubs 5, Pirates 0, Braves 5, Marlins 4, Rays 2, Mets 1, and Royals 4, Cardinals 1. So there you are. Let's look at the playoff race very quickly. In Major League Baseball, we did have some teams make the playoffs this weekend. Let's see here. In the American League, the Rays are in, the White Sox are in, the Athletics are in, and the Twins are in, as are the Yankees. Currently, Rays, White Sox, Athletics, and Twins, the top 4 seeds. That means they will host 3 best-of-3 game series in their home ballpark. Yankees on the outside at number 5. They may be able to catch up and get into the top 4. In the National League, only 2 teams have clinched a playoff spot. That is the Dodgers, number 1 seed, and the Padres, the number 4 seed. So there you are. Braves have a magic number of 3, Cubs 4, Marlins 6, Cardinals 7, and in the American League, Indians 2, Astros 3, Blue Jays 4. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Not nearly as many teams even in the race at the moment. So there's your look at baseball. Let's look at that Stanley Cup action. Let me see. NL Final Four, your predictions. Well, I'm going to wait until it's actually the Final Four. I can go back to that. Series is tied in the Stanley Cup. Tonight, Tampa Bay beating Dallas 3-2. Jumped out to a 3-1 lead, by the way. And then held on to win that one 3-2. Okay, you want my predictions in the Final Four in the Major League, National League thing. Let's see here. I'm going to have to say the Finals 4 are going to be Dodgers, Cubs, Braves, Padres. That's my prediction there. Really, Dodgers and Padres have already clinched. That doesn't mean they'll be in the top 4, but I think they will be. Cubs have a magic number 4, the Braves 3, Marlins 6, Cardinals 7. I don't think there's any way the Cardinals are going to catch the Cubs. So that's what I'll call it. That's what I'll call it. If the playoffs were to begin today, Dodgers would be facing the Reds. I'm taking the Dodgers. Cubs and Phillies, the Marlins Padres is the only series I would really seriously think about an upset, and that's only because the Padres depend so much on that power. Cubs and Reds look good. They sure do. The Reds have been playing real well lately. But boy, oh boy, those Dodgers. Man. Marlins starting pitchers is really good. Yeah, that's why I might pick an upset there. Even though they're playing all 3 games in San Diego, teams that depend on power, generally speaking, in the playoffs are susceptible when that pitching kicks in. So I might go ahead and take a flyer on that. I'm going to have to wait until the season's a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. There was a game in the NBA. The Lakers beat the Nuggets again this weekend. They're up 2-0. The Celtics came back, however, and won a game. So they're only down 2-1 now. And won it rather emphatically. The Celtics may just work their way back into things. Phillies are a team to watch too. I think you might have something there. I don't know. The Phillies, I guess they could do something depending on who they're playing. I'm not super high on the Phillies. But if the playoffs started today, the Phillies would be facing those Cubs. And they're playing in Wrigley. Of course, everybody's got a chance in Wrigley. A loud foul will get you a home run out there. Let me see here. We got 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. 34-21 Raiders. And flags everywhere on a pass down to about the 30. You know it's going to be pass interference. I think he just held up the receiver. If that happens, look out. Coming down to the 2-minute warning. 2:08 left in that one. Mm-hmm. Hold on just a sec. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was going to check on something. I decided not to. Anyway, that's pretty much everything else summed up, except for the MMA we had this weekend. And did I not say Woodley? Oh, wait. There's something we can do before that. Something I want to do before that. I want to just full disclosure. I so totally want to own up, fess up, because man, I stunk up the joint in Major League Soccer this weekend. It's not all my fault. It's not all my fault. But let's see here. Well, that's the moving forward stuff. I want to go back to the weekend. Yeah, jerks. Let's see. Well, that's too far. Wednesday. I guess it's not too far. Okay, here's what happened. Sporting Kansas City, FC Dallas. I took Sporting Kansas City in Kansas City. And like Tim Melia cannot give up goals to FC Dallas. Well, he did. 3 of them. 3-2 FC Dallas. The Revolution in New York City tied 0-0. Atlanta United, which in its first 2 seasons was explosively offensive. They're averaging 50-some thousands a game in fans. Expansion team owned by David Beckham, Inter Miami, beat them 2-1 in Atlanta. I don't think that's my fault. FC Cincinnati, the hapless FC Cincinnati, beats New York Red Bulls 1-0. I missed that one. Columbus Crew over Nashville, I picked that. DC United Toronto was a push with a 2-2 tie. Orlando City beating Chicago Fire 4-1. I picked that one. I picked the Dynamo over Minnesota United. They tied. I picked Real Salt Lake, and I said I was doing it with my heart, not my head. Well, that'll never happen again. They lost 2-1 at home to Vancouver. The Colorado Rapids beat the LA Galaxy in LA. The home field advantage in soccer is huge, and everybody just stunk up the joint. The Portland Timbers beat San Jose. I picked that one. And Philadelphia Union beat Montreal Impact. I picked that one. So, upon reflection, not as bad as I thought, but not as good as it should be. For crying out loud. For the love of Mike. I don't know why. I just all of a sudden developed a runny nose. I think it may be all the stuff I ate. Anyway, I think I remember saying that, Woodley, I don't know. I'm out on him. He just, I don't know, man. I just don't know. He may not be done, but the worst events in MMA I've seen, three of the worst fights out of the top 5 worst fights I've seen are all Tyron Woodley. Morty Vickers says, I thought the decision went to Cerrone, but looking it up now, it says a draw. Maybe I enjoyed our barbecue more than I thought. Cerrone definitely said to Dana after the fight he thought it was a draw. Well, maybe it was a draw. It must have been a draw. I'm trying to find this full fight listing here for this one. And it's not going to show me. Come on, man. Oh, past results. Here we go. All right, hold on a second, folks. Let's. Woodley just doesn't have the heart anymore. Did he ever? All the freaking awful fights that dude's been in. And what is it, Damian Maia that he fought? That it was just horrible to watch. Hold on. That was very unprofessional, but I don't care. All right. I had to blow my nose, man. It came upon me like a... So anyway, Covington retires Woodley, TKO in the 5th. It was a draw between Cerrone and Price. I remember Morty Vickers saying he was really excited about the Chimaev-Mearshart fight, and that ended in a TKO in the first round in 17 seconds. Wasn't long at all. Walker over Span, another TKO in the first round, 2:43 into the first round. Dern over Marcos, submission, armbar, first round. And Holland over Stewart, a decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-28, split decision, 3-round fight. I don't know if anybody cares about the prelims. Espinova lost to Dvorak, a decision. Bektic loses to Jackson with a guillotine choke in the 3rd. Bueno Silva beat Romero Borella by submission, armbar, 2:29 in. Clark over Alpar was a knee that won that fight toward the end of the fight, 4:21 into the 3rd round. Minner over Laramie with a guillotine choke in the first round, just 52 seconds in. Newson over Costa with a kick, 41 seconds in, that turned the lights out for Costa. Ewell is over Rivera and a decision, 3 rounds, 28-29, 29-28, 29-28, another split decision. And Nam over Rivera, punches, 2nd round, 34 seconds in with another TKO. So there you are. What in the living Christ? Okay. He was a beast when he took the title, Morty Vickers says, of Woodley. Scary dude, now just not in it. Yeah, when he took the title, he was frightening. And he got the title, and he's one of those fighters. Sometimes a fighter gets the title, and they so don't want to lose it that they lose that edge, that lights out edge. And I think that's Woodley's story over and over again. Morty Vickers says, Dern looked really good since she just had a baby. A baby. She had a baby. Dern over Marcos. That armbar submission. 3:44. We had a lot of Brazilian fighters. 2 out of the 5 anyway. On the main card, 1. So there you go. A really good night. I mean, when you consider the Covington Woodley fight, it went 5 rounds, but it was TKO. And then Cerrone and Price went 3 rounds, and it was a draw, so a pretty close fight. And then the next 3 were all either submission or TKO, and the last one a split decision in 3 rounds between Holland and Stewart. So pretty good fights. It looks to me like I did not see them in the prelim. There was a unanimous decision for Dvorak, and then a submission, a TKO, a submission, a TKO, and a split decision, and then a TKO. So, a lot of these fights not going to the card. I'd say 2/3, 3/4 of them, not having to go to the judges. Morty Vickers says, agreed. Morty Vickers says, I was 6 for 6 on the main card. Hey, man, that's not too bad. You got to start putting a little money down on that, big fella. Let's see what we got here. We've got 24:34, minute 5 left. The Saints are on their own. It looks like around the 30. Just completed a pass to their own 44-yard line. So it's down to 50 seconds now. They've got to score 10 points. I don't see it happening. Not unless they get a miracle, one of the miracle onside kicks like our man Zerline performed on Sunday in Dallas. Even with our squadron of scrappy linebackers, we were able to achieve a victory. While they were scoring 39 points on us, we managed to score one more. Kind of nice, I guess, for the Raiders to get a win in their home stadium. Not too bad. Morty Vickers says there isn't going to be a cure for the eye pokes. It really is a shadow over MMA. Wish there was a cure. Nah, that always bugs me too. Even in boxing, thumb in the eye, it's I don't even know that there's a number of points you could take away, because you lose the round, you lose the round. So it doesn't really do any good to, take away 2 points or 3 points for that. A lot of the time it's not even intentional. So, I'm telling you what. This is going to tick me off till no end. Hold on just a second. Sorry, folks. I turned on an appliance that I shouldn't have turned on right before the show, and I forgot to turn it off. I don't even know that taking points away. There's nothing, aside from a cure that's going to help the guy see, okay, the Raiders have officially won the game now. There's no remedy for that on the scorecard either. It just isn't. And the sad part is a lot of times it's not intentional. So Morty Vickers says last week was atrocious with the fake low kick and then ends up winning. Yeah, Dana White was livid. Well, Dana, who I don't always agree with, and I think some of the head games he pulls on some of the fighters, and I know the fighters still think, he's going to be in trouble if those guys ever unionize, which I don't even know if that's a potential, but the fighters are like, you know what, we're getting hosed here because the UFC's making tons and tons and tons of money, and they're not always being fairly compensated. Certainly some of those guys are at the very top, but I don't agree with him on everything, but I do agree with him on the incredible inconsistency in the officiating in the ring. We all know who the good officials are in the ring. We all remember the Steve Mazzagatti era, where the most inexplicable, brainless decisions were being made, and then also the scoring out of the ring. Sometimes it is just, and I think it's largely because the sanctioning bodies, pick people who may not be that MMA savvy. Tyler Schollenberger says tonight's also the first night of the new Raiders stadium being open since they officially moved to Las Vegas. Yeah, I just mentioned that. It's kind of nice for them to get a win in their first game. So Morty Vickers says 25% is better than nothing, right? Stinkers are stinkers. Yeah, they are. But overall, I think a great night in the MMA. Look, we've all seen a great main card with an incredible feature match, right? We've seen that. We've all experienced it. But it just sometimes, and maybe it just feels this way, sometimes seems to me like some of the main cards that don't have the super star power end up being better. Just my own opinion. But sometimes when you don't expect as much, you get a lot more. Could be just a perception thing where, if your expectations are up here and it's like here, you feel cheated. But sometimes if your expectations are here, it ends up being up here. I don't know. It's just the way it feels. I could be wrong. All right? 817-522-3948 is the number to call. I guess we could go through some of these games from Sunday a little more in depth, but I was real happy on Sunday. I was like, I picked a lot of winners. I don't like. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't like. Odds makers are smart, and I don't like doing the spread thing. I just have never been good at that. I like doing the over under. That I like. But it's like, can I just pick who wins? Isn't that okay? I don't know. Let's see here. I'm not going to, I guess I can. Drew Brees was 26 of 38, 312 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, 27 carries, 88 yards. And man, Darren Waller for the Raiders. They said it during the game, and I thought those announcers were just crap. But 12 receptions, 103 yards, 1 touchdown. But man, did he extend. They went to him when they needed it, and he was there every time. He really was. He was all over it. Do I really want to go to the box score of all these things? Bears were up 17-0. Giants came back in the second half and scored 13 points. Bears still win 17-13. The Falcons were up 20-0. Okay? And at halftime, that game was 29-10. Cowboys scored 14 in the third, 16 in the fourth. Falcons scored 10 in the fourth. Still couldn't win it. Lions-Packers. Lions were up 14-3. At halftime, that one, whoa. It was only 17-14 at halftime. But the Packers put 17 up in the third. Lions put up none. Packers got 8 in the fourth. Lions only got 7, and they got blown out. It was a bad pick 6 in that one by Stafford. Titans-Jaguars, 33-30, close game all the way. Colts and Vikings, that was 15-3 at halftime. Colts scored 10 more down the way, and Vikings only got 8 in the fourth. Dolphins lost to the Bills 31-28, close most of the way. 49ers had a lot of injuries against the Jets. Still won 31-13. Rams over the Eagles. I watched that game. That was really not ever tremendously close. 37-19 Rams. Steelers and Broncos, that one was closer than it probably should have been. 26-21 Steelers. Buccaneers over the Panthers. Boy, I watched that game. McCaffrey went out, and that was all she wrote for the Panthers. 31-17 Buccaneers. The Cardinals ran all over the Washington Football Club. That one was 20-0 at halftime, and Cardinals add another 10 in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs beating the Chargers in overtime, 23-20. Ravens over Texans. I didn't think that was even ever a chance of being close unless Watson got just insanely hot. And the Seahawks winning a very, very, very close game. Cam Newton played really well, but Russell Wilson is money. Absolute money. Let's look at next week's games. If you want We can take a quick glance at that a little bit early. But what's it going to hurt? Dolphins will play the Jaguars Thursday night. Boy, oh boy. I'll take the Jags. Bears and Falcons on Sunday. I guess I will take the Bears, even though they are playing in Atlanta. Don't write these in stone, because I'll change them later in the week. The Washington Football Club goes to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Titans and Vikings in Minnesota. The Raiders travel to New England to play the Patriots. 49ers and Giants in New York. Bengals and Eagles. Texans and Steelers. The Jets will go to Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Field. COLTS. Go Colts. Panthers and Chargers will hook it up. The Buccaneers will go to Denver and play the Broncos. Lions and Cardinals. I don't think there's any way the Lions are going to be able to stop the Cardinals. Cowboys will go to Seattle. I don't think that's going to be a particularly fun night for the Cowboys. I don't think they will appreciate what happens to them in Seattle. Packers and Saints. That one's more interesting now that the Saints lost tonight. And then Monday night, the Chiefs and the Ravens. That is going to be a good one. 1 week from today, the Chiefs going to Baltimore. So that ought to be another. To me, that's the game of the week. That Monday night game, Chiefs and Ravens. So we'll see how it all turns out next week. I hope your team won. Hope you had a good sports weekend. And then that, your team's not 0-2. Because when teams are 0-2, that's bad. When they're 0-3, that's way more bad. There we go. We got a call coming in. Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gulley Show. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom. What's up? It's Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, man. How you doing?
Just great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just wanted to say, how's it going to Tyler Schollenberger?
Tyler Schollenberger? Yeah?
And, yeah, he's here.
Yeah. He's out of the Quad Cities.
Nice.
Yeah, I always thought there'd be more wheelchairs in the Quad Cities.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I'm thinking that there's a lot of sports out there that people don't want to talk about, you know?
Like what?
Well, you were talking earlier about the National League, and I wanted to say that oh man.
Oh man, call dropped out. I'll get him back here. Yeah, I'll call you back. I'm just that ballsy.
Reached the voicemail box of 909.
Come on, he must just have got another call or something. Well, call us back up, Bob, if you want to. We'd like to hear your thoughts on the National League. A little bit different this year because both leagues using the DH. I'm a long-time hater of the DH. I guess if they want to use it in American League, fine. I just think it makes the game more interesting when you don't have it. But now that everyone's going to use it this year, I think that evens things out a little bit. It does a little something to the pitching. And so we'll see. Let's see. Sorry, keep dropping signal. I wonder if that... Well, I don't think... hopefully that's not on my end. Because I have lustrous lustrous phone service and a blistering internet connection. I could test it right now if you want me to. I think I'm going to test my internet connection right here. That's like a sport. Speedtest.net. If you ever want to test your internet connection, just go to speedtest.net. It's the way to go. Although it takes a second because it loads up a bunch of stupid ads for internet service, which is moronic because you're already on the internet. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what this is going to get me here. I'm saying I'm going to get at least, 600. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, come on, man. That's not near what it should be. It stopped, too. What a bunch of hooey. I'm telling you. That's not nearly the internet speed I was counting on. That ping was so fast. Oh, that's not the correct numbers. Anyway, my end. He's in the hills, says Morty Vicker. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. What do we got going on here? Well, we got a little more time left on the Sports Spectacular tonight. 817-522-3948 if you'd like to call in. Yeah, Tyler Schollenberger's our good friend from the Quad Cities. He is a good man. I'm hoping they don't get the flooding there that they had last year. Let's see. MJ Hamlin to field a car with Bubba Wallace driving. That ought to be interesting. NFL has fined 3 coaches. 3 different coaches were fined $100,000 for no mask. Charges against Robert Kraft, that massage parlor, yeah, those are likely to be dropped. Edmonton's Dre Sottle has taken the Hart Trophy as an MVP of the NHL. And J.J. Watt calls his teammate stupid and selfish for that punch at the end of the game. And that punch, by the way, was not televised. So nobody saw it. But anyway, the NFL has fined the Broncos' Vic Fangio, Seahawks' Pete Carroll, and the 49ers' Kyle Shanahan $100,000 each for mask non-compliance. In addition, the league fined each team's an additional $250,000. Sources said the $1,050,000 in fines comes on the heels of a memo the league sent last Monday, reinforcing its requirement that coaches wear face coverings at all times on the sidelines during games, threatening discipline for those who don't comply. And here's a picture of Carroll. There he is right there. I mean, he's dead to rights. He's not wearing his mask. The sharply worded message, written by Executive Vice President of Football Operations Troy Vincent, came in response to wide variance in compliance during the first Sunday of the 2020 season. The New Orleans Saints' Sean Payton and Raiders' John Gruden, whose teams played Monday night in Las Vegas, were often seen not wearing masks often during the first half. We'll see what happens to them. But that is bringing the hammer down. They're not messing around. The teams getting nailed for $250,000 is even, to me, that's way, way more of a story than the coaches. Devonta Freeman and Dion Lewis were picked up off the waiver wire here today, so that's big news. As I mentioned earlier, Stanley Cup Finals, those are tied up 1-1 as the Lightning beat the Stars tonight 3-2. Let's see if I've got any. Come on, what are you doing to me there? So, there you go. There you go. Let's get a little more of this punch here. After Houston Texans rookie defensive tackle Ross Blaylock was ejected Sunday against the Ravens for throwing a punch, teammate J.J. Watt called it a stupid and selfish play. Watt said it was a stupid play. It was selfish. I mean, I've spoken to Ross before, so it pees me off. It's a very selfish move late in the game. It's dumb, very dumb to hurt your team in that type of setting for no reason. The punch was not shown on the TV broadcast, and on Sunday night, Texans coach Bill O'Brien said he didn't see what happened. Monday morning, O'Brien told reporters that an official told him Blaylock was ejected for the punch. I've spoken to him, and I didn't see it on tape, O'Brien said, but I know that it happened. So, yeah, I've spoken to him. Tell me another one. You didn't see it? There's no amount of money that could make me believe that. The punch happened with less than 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, with the Texans trailing the Ravens 30-16. Baltimore went on to win 33-16 as Houston dropped to 0-2. During the offseason, Blaylock, a second-round pick from TCU, told reporters that just being able to play next to Watt and play with him, it's an honor. I'm trying to learn as much as I can while I'm here and while he's here. And in the meantime, I'm going to be a punk and cheap shot people and punch them. Dude, it's the NFL. You better get rid of that. And I mean quick. Stephanie Lindley says $100K. Yeah. And the team gets fined $250,000. You know? You got to be smarter than that. You'd think that Pete Carroll would know better. Living down there in Seattle. So, for some reason, they're showing old Raiders-Redskins footage. No idea why. Absolutely no idea why. Now they're showing 49ers-Vikings footage. I don't know what's going on here in this post-game show. And I also don't know why we got it on Raiders win. Yes, Morty. I also don't know why we, for some reason, got this on local television. You know, I think normally those games are on ESPN. I can only suspect that the reason we got it is because they're our local team. Far away as we are, they are the closest NFL team, I believe. So, I guess maybe the Broncos would be sort of close, but I think Vegas is even closer. I think they're just showing quarterbacks getting pasted here. Who knows? It was a different way to play. Yeah, they're just telling war stories. They're just telling a bunch of war stories. Let's see here. Injuries this weekend in the NFL. Come on. Nick Bosa, 49ers. This hurts them bad. Torn ACL. That's not good. Shaquan Barkley, New York Giants running back. Torn ACL. Christian McCaffrey, Panthers, high ankle sprain. He'll get over that. He's a gamer. Drew Lock, quarterback, Denver Broncos, sprained AC joint. I think that he would probably miss about a month for that. That's normally what that is. Cortland Sutton, wide receiver, Broncos, torn ACL. Jimmy Garoppolo, also high ankle sprain. He'll get back from that pretty quickly. Devontae Adams, Green Bay Packers wide receiver, hamstring. Tavon Young, cornerback, Baltimore Ravens, has got a knee injury of some kind. Malik Hooker, safety of the Colts, Achilles tendon injury. Brandon Scherf from Washington, a guard, he's tweaked his knee. Byron Jones, cornerback, Dolphins, groin injury. Maheem Mostert of the 49ers, a running back, sprained MCL. He shouldn't be out too long, but that doesn't help. Tyrod Taylor, quarterback of the Chargers. Let me tell you, he had a chest injury, but later on, he had trouble breathing. And so who knows what's going on with him. But Anthony Barr, linebacker, Minnesota Vikings, shoulder injury. Brandon Linder of the Jaguars, knee. And that's really the major stuff going on there. I'm looking through here. Nothing and nobody, super crazy bad. Looking through these other injuries here. Now let's see. Frank Gore, I guess, is going to play for the Jets. All right. I don't know why he left the Colts. That was a bad move. But at any rate, those are some of the injuries in the NFL last week. That Bosa injury, man, oh man, does that hurt them. Check this out. Bosa played 76% of the defensive snaps last year, and when he wasn't on the field, San Francisco's passer rating jumped. Passer rating allowed, the passer rating for opposing quarterback, jumped 10.5 points. Let's see here. Big losses this week for fantasy first rounders go down, changes the game. Waiver wire is going to be brutal. Oh, yeah. It's going to go nuts. Absolutely nuts. 817-522-3948 or our award-winning chat room. If you would like me to check on something in sports, now's the time as we are winding down to the end of the sports spectacular for this Monday night. The Raiders are giving their post-game. They got one of those backdrops that's got a Raiders logo and then MGM Resorts. Boy, for years and years and years and years and years, they always said, we will not allow, all the leagues said we won't allow Major League Pro Sports in Vegas because of the gambling. And it's like, well, I don't know what that has anything to do with it. Everything else gets gambled on there. You think there's any more chance of nefarious behavior just because they're in Las Vegas? Please. Probably more scrutinized there. Intermountain Healthcare, too. We have Intermountain Healthcare here, which is why I go elsewhere for my healthcare. But anyway, I do think it's nice the Raiders won their first game in their super home stadium because they ain't going to win all of them in there. I always like it when a team gets to christen their stadium with a win. The Cowboys, the Death Star, legendarily, Eli Manning and the Giants came in there and beat them their very first game there. And then Eli Manning wrote the score of the game on the visitors' locker room pillar or a wall somewhere. They weren't too happy about that. But I have no idea what they're showing right now. These plays they're showing are just inexplicably unrelated. I guess this is the local. Yeah, this is the local horrifyingly bad Utah post-game show. Yep, it is. I've never seen it before. That ought to tell you something. Yeah, the coverage here is really bad. Cowboys pulled off an amazing finish. Yeah. Zerline, boy, he did that. A lot of people have said they've never seen an onside kick like that. And without a tee and all that. I've seen it without a tee before, but it was unique. But boy, did the Falcons just totally muff. Just jumping on it. Game over. And then the Falcons defense couldn't stop the Cowboys to save their life. And then Zerline comes in and drills the field goal. Game over. So, It was an amazing finish. I thought they let him score the touchdown right before that. Way too easy. Way too easy. So it was a good weekend in the NFL. It's been surprising to me. Not that the quality of play has just been amazingly unbelievable, but considering there really wasn't a camp or the usual camp for all these teams, I think they're playing pretty well. There were a lot of flags this weekend, I will say that, but I don't think there were any more than necessarily usual. There was just a ton of pass interference calls this weekend. So we'll see how things progress as the season rolls on. And that's going to do it for tonight's edition of the Sports Spectacular. I'd like to thank Stephanie Lindley and Morty Vicker for showing up. And you guys are awesome. I'd like to thank Morty for trying to call in. I know, I understand. I live in the mountains, you live in the hills. And my service here is awful. It's better on this computer. So that's how I do my calling. Morty Vickers says, there wasn't a big break. Nobody jumped on it before 10 yards. Blows my mind. Yeah. Do these guys just not know the rules? The one guy stood there and watched it like it was a punt or something. It's crazy. Okay. That's going to do it for tonight. So we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll also see you on the Tom Gulley show tomorrow as well. Thanks for being here. Good night and good sports. Till next time, we'll see you next time.